I guess I have to change before going shopping. By user Skinner93. I worked at a gas station that is often confused as being part of Wally World, even though we have a different name. I had a red uniform shirt and a pink reflective safety vest with a big WEI T40 and under badge on it. I went into Wally World after work one day because I needed to buy some new pants. I was looking at the pants when a lady came up to me and started to ask me a question about a sale that Wally World was having. I gently interrupted her and said, "I don't work here." She looked at me for a second and said, "Oh, I can see that now. You shouldn't be wearing that then." I had to stop and just look at her for a moment before responding. Three things. I can wear what I want. I just got off work, and please show me one Wally World employee with a pink reflective vest. I then just walked away. What was I supposed to have done? Brought a change of clothes and changed into them just to go into the store after work? I will never understand why people think that it's acceptable to tell others what they can and can't wear. And I can't go out in an apron. By user Sayumi Kaneko. I was taking my break at work and wore my dark blue apron out while at Dollar Tree. It's super dark blue and they're bright green. I'm in minding my own business, clearly shopping around, and an older woman asks for help. I turn around enough to talk to her face to face and say, "I don't work here," and carry on to find water. Well, the next aisle over is the water and an employee. This fucking bitch had the audacity to try to get me in trouble. The guy straight up told her she doesn't even work here. Her apron says if my work wasn't right next door or the only one around for 50 miles, she would have gotten a finger and a nice fuck off. I told you I don't fucking work here, but I like my job and need it. I did proceed to say loudly while at checkout with her right behind me, "I'm wearing dark fucking blue, not bright green. I wear my apron on my break because it's right next door, opposite colors, is labeled, and has pockets. We pay for bags here, so it's a better alternative." A red shirt. By user Zealous Ideal Aid 7045. It took me a bit to figure this out, but it was great. So at times I would do it on purpose. On several occasions, I would go to a particular store where employees wear red shirts. And many times people would stop and ask me questions. They assumed the fact I had a badge on a lanyard and wearing a red shirt I worked there. Most times people figured it out quickly and apologized. And I even would say where something was if I knew, just to be kind. No harm, no foul. Until one day we will call her old grumpy Karen is assuming I work at the store. To be honest, I didn't hear okay at first till she cleared her throat and snapped her fingers. Okay, I was done. I walked off and she followed me to another aisle. This is the point she really got rude. So whatever item she was looking for said an area completely on the other side of the store. She tried to say I had to walk with her to the item she wanted. I smiled and said, "Oh, I can't. I'm leaving, and if she needed help, there is someone more qualified in that area," and I disappear. A bit later, I was still shopping. She had a manager, and she was definitely complaining about the customer service she received. As I was leaving, I smiled and waved. I heard her say, "That's the one. He was rude and should be reprimanded." I made sure to say, "Oh, I don't work here," on my way out. A few weeks later, not wearing a red shirt, I was there again, and the manager saw me. He came up and said what I did was great. The lady always gives the staff a hard time. The lady asked what he was going to do about it. He said he told her absolutely nothing. He's going to do absolutely nothing. Where's my favorite soda? By user Emotional Broccoli 394. I forgot I have a story for here. Many years ago, I stopped at a Wally World on my way home from the gym to do my weekly grocery shopping. Let me just set the scene for you. It's around 10 a.m. in the middle of an Arizona summer. I was looking a little rough because I had gone to the gym that morning before grocery shopping. Think hair in a super messy bun, basketball shorts, and an oversized t-shirt. And I was very obviously wearing headphones, grocery list in hand, and a shopping cart in front of me. An elderly gentleman, using that term very gently, started yelling at me, and I only noticed because I looked to the side and saw him staring at me and talking in what looked like an agitated way. Popped my headphones off and asked him what he had said, and he got even more annoyed, I can only guess, and he started yelling at me about how could I stop stalking his favorite soda, and it's just not right. I was so confused and couldn't figure out what part of my attire screamed, "I work here." I replied as such to him, "Sorry, sir, I don't work here, so you'd have to take that up with someone that does." That didn't really help because he repeated himself again, and I again replied that I didn't work there. I think he finally took in my gym clothes and overall unkempt and sweaty look about me and muttered something as he walked away. Not the first or last time I've had something like that happen, but probably the funniest. I don't work at Omega Mart. Sorry. by user Utakiwa. It's not a huge story with a big evil Karen or anything, but I was just happy that I actually do have an idle story of my own after lurking for so long. This happened back in February of this year. Some background, I was visiting Las Vegas with a friend, and we decided to get some Veet scavenger hunt tickets for that interactive art exhibit thing called Omega Mart. So that means I had a themed lanyard and a small clipboard I was carrying around. On top of that, I was also wearing a black hoodie with a design by the same artist who made some of the visuals in Omega Mart. For reference, the people who actually worked there had either a yellow, blue, or red shirt and a yellow, blue, or red apron with the logo on both. They were pretty bright and difficult to miss. Now, onto the story. I had split off from my friend to put one of the funny Daikon radish toys back on the shelf because I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it as a souvenir or not. As I put the radish back, this woman stops me. She had 2 teenage kids with her, probably around 14, 16. I don't remember the dialogue verbatim, but it went something like this. Woman, you guys have secure lockers here in the back, right? Can you put our stuff in there? But now I was in a bit of a hurry to find and meet back up with my friend. So I just said, sorry, I don't work here, and turned to scurry away. But I'm that kind of person that loves helping others. I just knew I would be upset at myself later if I didn't help this lady. So I turned back around and got her attention again. The employees here wear those bright aprons. There's one behind the counter there who can help you. I pointed to the counter. She thanked me. And then I went back to looking for my friend. No screaming involved, pretty short, and it's not in the typical setting for Idwell stories, but I wanted to share it anyway. I'm also on mobile, so I apologize for any formatting issues.